Welcome to TradyBay. So this video is going to be a quick tour around the TradyBay site. So if we clicked on the blue post a job button, this is a page where we'd come to, and the first thing we'd put on is the property. So we'd attach a property, and along with that go loads of questions what we'll look into later. We'll have a job title put on there, and we'll decide if we want a single trade or multiple trade. So for the ease of this, we're just going to have a single trade. If we was doing an attic conversion like I'm setting out here, then most likely we'd use a multiple trade, because an attic conversion you're going to need electrics and plumbing, maybe flooring, painter, decorator, and all those things. But just to make it a bit easier, we're just going to do the building and construction side of it. So we can have a job start date and end date if we choose. We will put a brief description on there because all the detailed stuff will be later. We will say if we want to get the materials or the builder needs to get the materials. We will attach any files, so drawings or anything like that, what we've got, we can add them there. So this is the final page, but this is a page what we click onto next if I hadn't already filled this in. So we'd click on the one what's relevant to us, and that brings up the relevant questions. So all the questions are made as easy as possible. As much as possible we've got multiple choice, but sometimes it can be, if you've got multiple areas and you need to put the areas or a weird shape or something, you might want to put that in. So we've left it so you can put more detailed information into there. So we can submit that, and this is what the tradespeople see when they are looking at your job. So job related questions are specific to that particular job, and then we've got property related questions where all those questions are things what don't change, whether you're near a clean air zone or if there's parking outside, what kind of property it is, whether it's made in 1960 or 80s, whether you've got pets or things like that, or whether they can use a toilet. It don't matter so much on a small job, but it really does matter on a large job. So we can submit that, which brings us onto the My Projects page. So active bids, obviously this has just been done, there's no bids. We can look at these, we can change them if needs be. It's all time stamped, so if you have already got a proposal on there, then it can be changed. So we've gone on to proposals, and we're interested in this person. It's a good price, we're interested. We can click on them or click on reviews, it comes up with the same thing. So we can find all this information about the tradesperson, looking at all the different jobs. We could look at the experience and company details, the public liability, trade organisation, the charges. They can put pictures of themselves on there. They can have videos on of previous jobs, so they can really sell themselves. So we'll go back to My Projects. That covers the active bidding. On current work, when the jobs are operating and when they're ongoing, we have all the payment options, and this is where we pay the tradesperson. And then we've got past work, so these are all jobs what are completed. And then job draft, so if you've got halfway through and then realise you've got to go out, drop the kids off at school or something, you can always come back to it, your time isn't wasted. And then we've got all the normal stuff to do with websites, and we've got financial dashboards, transaction history, invoices, everything to help landlords and property developers. So we shall look at the tradesperson side. So this is a page you go on. If you like a job on job opportunities, we'll look at that in a sec. This is a page you go on, and this is the most common proposal you'll send. So you'll just have one price and you'll put in how long it's going to take you and screenshots, a bit of information about the job. If you want to give a cheap price, so that could be for cheap materials, $5.50, and this can be for more expensive, better ones. You can put a more expensive price in and just give all the details. So let's just say you want to earn £100. With our service fee, you can see what you actually get, so you could change that so you actually get the £100 and the service fee is on top of that. So you can work everything out with that. You can remove it if you decide that you just want one price in there. You can have stage payments if you click on the stage payments button. These are all the stages we've got on. We can add a stage, as many stages as we want, but this is a more realistic loft conversion price and a structure to it. So it's a 50 grand job, so it's divided into 20% increments, and then on this bit we're describing what stages are for, a bit more detail, so we can see that each stage pays for a certain part, and then we can put whatever we want on there. If we want to add pictures to sell ourselves a bit, that's advisable. So if we go to job opportunities, which we go to before that, this is how it looks. So they can look at a different job radius. You can increase the area you want to cover, decrease it. You can click on the jobs you want to look at. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching.